I'm so honored and proud to have here today our Veterans Empowered. We're talking with Dr. Steve, we're talking with Colonel Wayne Quist, and then also with Cliff Reynolds here today. All about what you guys are doing. You've got a couple of great events coming up. Oh, you have so much going on. So first of all, I'm going to say follow them on their website and so you can see everything because this will go fast. But tell us about what you've got coming up in Owatonna.
Well, it's quite an event on the 18th, which is this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
We've been invited to come over for an all-community event that brings in the Legion, the VFW, the police, the fire department, the mental health workers, everyone that will be focusing on rural mental health and specifically PTSD and suicide prevention.
It just is so important. It's so important. And you shared your passion last time and your personal story as well. And Dr. Steve, you have done a lot of this work helping people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see roughly 20 people a week in therapy. I'm a licensed trauma therapist and a licensed clinical social worker. So I see people in the actual therapy, and I was telling James, I've got Vietnam vets at 55 years. They haven't talked to anybody. Now they're finally, coming out, and I've got about a half a dozen guys I'm working with that are in their 70s that are just now dealing with the demons that have been flying around inside their head for all that time.
Wow. And I think often I'm thinking of my dad is in that era and is a Vietnam vet as well. Yeah. And I'm thinking of other people I've known that age. I think sometimes they think maybe it's too late to I've made it this long, I'll just suffer through.
And that's unfortunate because it's never too late. You get in and like I say, I'm working with a guy now who was a sniper, and if you ever seen Chris Kyle's movie, about what that does, it's called moral injury. And dealing with that for 50 years, I had a job, a family, and all these other things keeping me distracted. But now those are toned down, and those demons has been living in there all that time. And you can't fix PTSD, but you can manage it. And that's what we do in therapy, is teach those skills, and that's what I had to do. I spent 2 years in Vietnam, and the nightmares and the other things that come back like that, and you learn how to manage it. And that's what we do in trauma therapy.
It's incredible. It's incredible that, the things that you've seen and that you are able to kind of address it and manage it.
Well, we're all a product of Dr. Steve's school, and we're believers. Yeah. And that's the story we're going to tell in Owatonna. It's from 1 to 4 this coming Saturday at the old Owatonna Orphanage, which is now the beautiful Arts Center.
Yes.
And Sylvan Durbin, the executive director, is hosting it for the entire community.
Oh, wow. We've had the chance to be there and meet him as
he
well.
Was telling me. And the thing that's significant about that is our second book that talks about, Wayne's uncle, who was in World War II and was a product of that orphanage, as was his mom. And, so we've got that connection, and we're going to bring that out as well.
And then Cliff's got an event at Wild Wings that he wants to tell you about.
All right.
It's going to be the 8th of November.
Okay.
And it's going to be a free concert for veterans.
Wow.
And their spouses. They can come. There'll be a little fee for their spouses, but it's going to be this guy right here.
The Toby Keith Tribute Band. That'll be fun.
Oh,
And it's free for veterans.
Courtesy the Red, White, and Blue.
Free for veterans. Courtesy the Red, White, and Blue. All of these great songs by the great Toby Keith.
That'll be
awesome.
awesome.
Playing. This is just part of what we decided is our mission. Our mission in life is to stop, or try and stop, suicides for the veterans.
It's incredible.
And we're doing what we can. We know we've saved 12 lives in the last 15 months. We lost a couple, but we got 15 of them on the road to recovery, thanks to the good doctor and the colonel, who knows everything.
And everyone is one more.
And
everyone is one more.
And we'll have our books there, and we give them away free to disabled vets with PTSD.
That is incredible.
And then we've got more stories to tell you about.
Okay, this is a perfect time. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to talk a little bit longer with Veterans Empowered. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm your host, Jesse Allison, along with James Polish, and we are here again with Dr. Colonel Wayne Quist and Dr. Steve Lansing, as well as Cliff Reynolds, all a part of Veterans Empowered. Thank you, gentlemen, again for being here and for talking with us. Yes. Well, we're going to jump right in because we want to talk about this next portion that you were sharing with me about a special announcement, kind of.
Well, we were invited to Minneapolis in September to meet with the Ukrainian group that's being sponsored by the White Bear Lake Rotary, who's connected with the Kiev Ukraine Rotary. And they were specifically here to study PTSD because of the severe impact on the Ukrainian army, young soldiers, and the families, and much of the civilian population.
Right.
Coming out of that meeting, we have launched an initiative to raise $150,000 to translate Volume 1, our big thick book, into the Ukrainian language and distribute 25,000 copies in Ukraine to the Ukrainian army.
Incredible.
So we may be going there
Incredible.
next year, but the real significant thing, you know, all of us who were in Vietnam, our war was 15,000 miles away. And talking with one of the young ladies that was there that night that had, you know, pretty good English skills, because I sure don't talk Ukrainian. And she said, you know, my childhood, my teen years were stolen because of this war. Our war was 15,000 miles away. Theirs is out their back door.
I can't
and
imagine.
every day they face that. And so the intensity of that, where you're not safe anywhere. You know, if you survive Vietnam, you're going back to the world. Not the case with them.
And the remarkable story of the organizer up in Minneapolis with the Rotary is an American chaplain who left the U.S. Army, went to the seminary, became a Presbyterian minister for 12 years, and has volunteered for 6 tours of duty with the Ukrainian Foreign Legion.
Oh my gosh.
And he witnesses firsthand the trauma. And so he is the big organizer to link us with the Rotary, with the International Rotary, with the Ukraine Catholic University, to get students to begin translating the book, and then with the professional translator produce the Ukrainian version.
And what a difference that will make. Like we were talking during the commercial break, that this, you know, PTSD is not unique to the Vietnam War or to Ukraine, but it spans the entire history of the world.
But I appeal to everyone out there, if you can help us, we need $150,000.
Yes.
We've got a nonprofit. We are all unpaid, we're all volunteers. And we are hoping that each of the Rotaries in Europe would be able to support it, as well as here in the United States, but beyond the Rotaries.
And what
the
a
Lake
difference.
City VFW was the first to launch, and we have an article coming out on that.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I think it's so important, and I know that there are people out there. I mean, this is an issue that affects all of us. And there's people out there that are like, yeah, I would like to make a difference. I don't know how to write a book. I don't know how to do counseling, but I can give, you know, and so they can go to your website. Would that be the best way to get in touch with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be the best way. We'll reach out. These guys are amazing. The work that you're doing is amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you're volunteering and for the difference you're making in those lives. Like you said, 12 lives that you know of, as well as countless.
And 3 marriages.
And 3 marriages. That's a big deal.
It's
a real big deal. That is a real big deal. Well, thank you again so much for
Our
being
pleasure.
with us on the show, and make sure you get connected with them.